Welcome to Pod Save America. I'm Jon Favreau.
I'm Jon Lovett.
I'm Tommy Vitor.
Later in the pod, you'll hear our conversation with California's Democratic nominee for governor, Gavin Newsom, who stopped by Cricket headquarters last week. First guest in the new studio.
What's old as Newsom again?
Okay. Campaign slogans. There you go. We're also going to talk on today's...
You win some, you lose some.
Oh my God. It's an in-kind contribution. Keep giving them that good stuff for free.
We're also going to talk on today's pod about John McCain's legacy, about the Republican fears, about what might be investigated if Democrats take control of the House, everything, and about the
Newsom and his running mate would be a Newsom-twosome.
Cool.
Hey, John, how does Paul Bunyan's ox say hello?
How?
It's a blue wave. Hey, John.
Yeah?
What do you call a video file of the bear from Jungle Book talking about the election?
What?
A baloo.wave.
It didn't have to happen.
Yeah, anyway, I'm recovering from that. So,
John, thanks to Julia for what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a crazy dance party when they serve craft beer instead of club drugs? They call it a brew rave, John.
I knew that's what it was.
This one is from Devour a Cupcake. Great name. After the midterm election, how do you all feel? Was there a blue wave?
Fuck yes, there was a blue wave.
Hey, John.
Oh.
Oh, God. Hey, John.
This is getting into another question.
This is the next question.
Yeah.
How does a female sheep... How does a female sheep at an Indonesian resort greet visitors? It's a Bali U wave. But, John...
They're so bad that it's hard to guess them.
But, John, how would that sheep bleat a hello from a British toilet? It's a Balu wave. But, John...
Yep.
What would happen if that wastewater runoff from the loo caused a red tide? Well, you'd have an algae bloom wave.
Did Travis write these for you?
Oh, tough hit.
I just want to thank
Travis is funny.
Travis Helwig, just a great comedy writer, all-around great guy, for writing so many of these blue wave jokes. I'm so grateful to him. You know what it is? He brings that great vibe from, we got Travis from the Capitol Steps. And he brings that great kind of love of show with a love of politics. He puts them together. And I think that's great. And he doesn't go along for this whole, weird left Twitter thing. He doesn't, honestly, I've shown him some pretty great Twitter feeds, and it's right over his head. He's sort of a classics guy.
Capital Steps. As we all remember.
Anthony Weiner. Thanks again.
Thanks again, Anthony.
Thanks for the memories. Where's Tommy going?
Tommy's taking off his clothes.
Oh, my goodness. Dear Diary.
It's hot in here.
You'd never believe what happened in the studio today. Jesus Christ. So Comey... All right. So, listen, my diet's a disaster again.
Ooh, we do a food section?
I'm just going to say this one quick because it is the one I make every year. The only time I've successfully reined in my diet is when HBO was hanging over my head like a sword of Damocles. And I just can't live like this anymore. I can't have so many Snickers ice cream bars. And you know what?
You have Snickers ice cream bars?
Ronan.
Okay.
Ronan bought a box of 5,
kid.
ate one, and left town.
John.
What kind of monster?
I just want to give you guys an official chance to respond to the Johnny Cake situation. What are your thoughts? How do you feel?
I don't know what the fuck's going on there. All I know is that that they tell me that I can never be on Keep It.
And I think that's a good rule.
Wow.
So I think this is a kind of a nuanced conversation.
Very sad.
Look,
Listen every Wednesday.
there's a fascinating canon being built over there at Keep It of stories, sequels, prequels. I don't know inside jokes, outside jokes. I don't know how Johnny Cakes fits into it. I do know that it was an excellent episode of The Sopranos, and I also know that Lewis and Ira both dress like it's picture day at the 1980s gay wizard school. Those are some of the things that I know.
And there we have it, the official response. Great. Okay, this next one is from Annie, and I think this one's for you too, Lovett.
Oh.
Annie wants to know if Spencer's real.
Look, I think is Spencer real to Annie? You know, I think that's the question. Like, I think every one of us can have a Spencer in our hearts, and if that's real for you, then of course Spencer's real.
I've met Spencer.
See, that's another way you say it. Like we all met Spencers. You know, they're all Spencers in our lives that we can meet. Sunset Boulevard.
No.
No.
Come on, that's how I'm the gay one because I've seen Sunset Boulevard.
And I hadn't seen Chinatown, and then Barack Obama made me go home and watch that.
That's cool.
Oh my God. Well, that is a humble brag for all fucking time.
That's a cool
I hadn't
boss.
seen Chinatown until Barack Obama made me watch it. Yeah, you know, I hadn't seen Psycho, and then the Pope had me
What
watch
did Hillary
it.
Clinton make you watch?
No, I never
3
met.
years of her speeches.
Oh man.
Cut some of the laughter.
Yeah. God, that was funny.
Welcome to Pod Save America. I'm John Favreau.
I'm Tommy Vitor.
And I'm Jon Lovett, and I've moved myself to the opposite side of the studio because both John and Tommy have the sniffles, and I'm trying to get out of here without them.
Lovett reached down into his bottomless well of empathy and moved several feet away from us.
Moments ago, I did open the door with a Post-it.
That's true. I saw you do that, and I didn't comment on it because I just laughed.
Look, I want you both to feel better. I don't see why wanting you two to feel better means I gotta go give you guys
That's right.
give you guys hugs. You
It's
know,
a little
That's
cold. It's almost over.
Unimpeachable logic.
Love it. If you can hear me from all the way over there at the end of the table, I do want to say how sorry I am that your Rams lost the Super Bowl. I know you are a longtime fan as of last week.
First of all, from the very moment
Storied
I found
franchise.
out that Los Angeles had a football team called the Rams, I have been a diehard supporter. I would also point out that, unfortunately, this year there was no Super Bowl. There was a scrimmage in which it looked like a Super Bowl, but of course, due to the failure of the refs, is there something about the Saints? What happened? Who did the Saints play?
The Rams.
The Rams.
And that call was good. It was a good call.
It was a bad call.
Hey, people from LA get away with stuff. All right, watch the news.
Next up on SportsCenter.
Yeah. Yesterday, as I'm sitting there, I hear Emily on the phone with Lovett, and Emily's like, "Well, it turns out that Lovett didn't know the Super Bowl was today and made plans to play video games instead."
No. We had a pre-scheduled game night. Game night was converted into a Super Bowl game night. I did bet against Spencer, and you'll hear about that in the Cash App ad.
We also talked about ayahuasca. This week,
You and Jake Sullivan.
me and Jake Sullivan talked about ayahuasca all for like an hour last week.
What if this is all
Got weird.
What if we're all in his ayahuasca experience for the last 2 years?
I thought about that a lot.
And he wakes up and Hillary Clinton is introducing a climate bill that doesn't go far enough.
Yeah, Jake's just napping in the National Security Advisor's office.
This
you go.
arrangement really reminds me of The Shining.
That just took it down.
Wait, which part of The Shining?
When he's in the bar. When he's in the bar. Tanya's nodding. Yeah, when they're pulling back.
I have not seen The Shining.
Yeah. Oh.
You've not seen The Shining?
It's so
Get the
scary.
fuck
I don't
out
like
of
scary
here.
movies,
So-
guys.
Oh my
I don't like
God!
scary
You know what?
movies.
Maybe we'll get you a sandbox little shovel you can play with while Tommy and I watch the fucking Shining.
Happy
Tommy,
New Year.
Tommy hates scary movies.
I do, but that was a good one.
It's a
It's a psychological
I feel like
thriller.
that's also one of those old ones. I feel like I've seen every scene from The Shining because it's such a cultural.
Yeah, but when you see him in order, boy.
That's
the key.
Keeping it 1600s live coverage of the third presidential debate. We will be taking your questions on Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag 1600live. And in a little bit, we'll be joined on the phone by Republican pollster Kristen Soltis Anderson, who will give us her reaction to the debate.
Yeah, from the edge of a building.
But is
Mitch
there a
McConnell-
normative question?
Well, you just did. That was a descriptive.
Heteronormative.
Well, these are all heteronormative questions. As I sit here with my bromosexuals, but my bromosexual buddies. But my voice went gay. It happens. Oh wait, there was something we were going to talk about, which is what would Hillary Clinton have to do to change the contours of this race? in this debate tonight?
Well, let's talk broadly. Like, does this debate matter? How much does this debate matter?
Okay, fine. Whatever
in
kind of way
general?
you want to say the
No,
question.
I mean, I just had like a general outline just to run the show.
You're in the chair. We're on the couch. Whatever you want. You decide. You've got the iPad Pro, so I'll just follow along. I'm a color man. Sorry to propose an idea. I'll just sit here and ask questions.
Pet your therapy dog.
Oh, sorry. Hey, pundit.
Does this